So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will my virgin patent up unto lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty. Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for I austerity and single life. Relent, sweet Hermia, and the sander yield that crazed the title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let him have Hermia's. Do you marry him? Scornful, sander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius. I am, my lord, as well derived as he is, well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way fairly rank, if not with vantage as Demetrius, which is more than all those boasts can be. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nita's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dote. Rather wither away than give up my virginity to someone I don't love. Take some time to think about this. By the time of the next new moon, the day when Hippolyta and I will be married, be ready either to be executed for disobeying your father, to marry Demetrius as your father wishes, or to take a vow to spend the rest of your life as a virgin priestess of the moon goddess. Please give in, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, stop acting like she's yours. I've got more of a right to her than you do. Her father loves you, Demetrius, so why don't you marry him and let me have Hermia? It's true, rude, Lysander, I do love him. That's why I'm giving him my daughter. She's mine, and I'm giving her to Demetrius. My lord, I'm just as noble and rich as he is. I love Hermia more than he does. My prospects are as good as his, if not better. And beautiful Hermia loves me, which is more important than all those other things I'm bragging about. Why shouldn't I be able to marry her, Demetrius? And I'll say this to his face, courted Nita's daughter Helena, and made her fall in love with him. That sweet lady Helena loves devoutly. She adores horrible, unfaithful man. Devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man. I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius' thought I've spoke thereof, that being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both, for you, fair Hermia. Look you on yourself, to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else love Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate to death, or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what? Cheer, my love. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly as that concerns yourselves. With duty and desire we follow you. How now, my love, why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there to fade so fast? Belike for want of rain, which I could well between them from the tempest of my eyes. Ay, nay, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either was different in part. I have to admit I've heard something about that, and meant to ask Demetrius about it, but I was too busy with personal matters, and it slipped my mind. Anyway, Demetrius and Aegeus, both of you, come with me. I want to say a few things to you in private. As for you, beautiful Hermia, get ready to do what your father wants. because otherwise the law says that you must die or become a nun, and there's nothing I can do about that. Come with me, Hippolyta. How are you, my love? Demetrius and Edgy. Come with us. I want you to do some things for our wedding. And I also want to discuss something that concerns you both. We're following you not only because it is our duty, but also because we want to. What's going on, my love? Why are you so pale? Why have your rosy cheeks faded so quickly? Probably because my cheeks' roses needed rain, which I could easily give them with all the tears in my eyes. Oh, honey, listen. In books they say that true love always faces obstacles. Either the lovers have different social standings. Oh, cross. Too high to be enthralled, too low, or else misgrasped in respect of years. Oh, spite, too odd, too old to be engaged to young, or else it stood upon the choice of friends. Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes. Or if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the colleagued night, that in its spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to it confusion. If then true lovers have been ever crossed, its dance an edict in destiny, then let us teach a trial of patience, because it is a customary cross. As due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancies, followers. A good persuasion, therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child from Athens in her, as her house remote even 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, into that place of the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us, if thou lovest me then. Oh, what an obstacle that would be. Imagine being too high in the social ladder and falling in love with someone beneath you, or else they were very different ages. How old! Being too old to marry someone young. Or else the guardians and advisors said that. What hell! To have your life determined by someone else? Or even if the lovers are a good match, their love might be ruined by war, death, or sickness, so that the affair only lasts an instant. Their time together might be as fleeting as a shadow or as short as a dream, lasting only as it takes a lightning bolt to flash across the sky. Before you can say, look, it's gone. That's how intense things like love are quickly destroyed. If true lovers are always thwarted, then it must be a rule of fate. So let's try to be patient as we deal with our problem. It is normal, a part of love is dreams, sighs, wishes, and tears. That's the right attitude. So listen, honey. I have an aunt who's a widow, who's very rich and doesn't have any children. She lives about 20 miles from Athens, and she thinks of me as a son. I could marry you there, gentle Hermia, where the strict laws of Athens can't touch us. So here's the plan. If you love me, sneak